Hello everyone, my name is Bizaster, and welcome to or back to my channel, and welcome to 2025. So, video games are awesome, but if there's one big problem with them, it's that they're expensive, and they seem to get more and more expensive every year. This generation, games were $60, and going into this next one, they're gonna be probably mostly $70, which can be a pretty big financial setback when you're looking to buy multiple games. $60 is already a lot of money, and so I got to thinking, which Switch games published by Nintendo are actually worth the $60 they're charged? Nintendo loves charging the base price for a lot of their big games, but as a lot of people have seen and pointed out, a lot of the games they charge $60 for don't seem to really be worth $60. And so, I've made this chart on tiermaker.com in order to determine which $60 Switch games I think are worth it, or aren't, or the ones that I haven't played. Obviously, this is all my opinion. It's not just up to me whether a game's worth $60 or not. There are a lot of factors to take into consideration, which I'll talk about in this video, and when it comes down to it, it really is just a matter of opinion. And also, no game really should be worth $60. Let's be honest, that's a lot of money to spend. I'm just thinking about in terms of quality, if a game is worth the full price. If you want to see more videos like this, then please consider liking and subscribing. I make all sorts of videos about video games, anime, and other stuff, and this year I'm planning to make a lot of bangers, so, subscribe if you want to see those. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Starting with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm personally of the opinion that it's relatively overhyped. I don't think it's as good as games like Ocarina of Time. However, it's still definitely up there, and it is still a massive and extremely good game. You can spend hours and hours, I mean hundreds of hours, playing this, and it's pretty much just like infinite fun. You can do a lot of stuff. That in and of itself is kind of a problem with the game. I will talk about that in another video, but that's not what we're talking about right now. What I'm trying to say here is that, yeah, this game is definitely worth $60. Moving on, we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now let me preface this by saying that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is an extremely fun game. If I have friends over, it's in the top 3 games that I take off the shelf. It's a classic. It's a really, really good game that you can't go wrong with. However, let's not forget that this was originally a Wii U game, and the difference between this game on the Wii U and the game on the Switch isn't that much. There's some extra content, and there was a lot of content recently added in the form of DLC, but it's paid DLC. You have to buy it. It doesn't come with the game. So charging $60 on top of all of the DLC that you're gonna want to get if you want all the new content that's offered in the game, I can't justify the $60 price. I'm gonna have to put that in no. Moving on, once again, we have ARMS. It's a really fun game. Admittedly, I haven't played it in quite a while. Not to say that it's one of those games that you get on launch day and you play it for a little bit and then never again. I have gone back and played it a fair amount of times. It's just not one that I regularly come back to. Because of that, and because of the fact that it's sort of a tech demo game, kind of, I feel like the $60 price isn't really worth it. Great game. I really hope we get like a sequel on the Switch too or something, but no, not $60. Then we've got Splatoon 2. Personally, I'm not the hugest Splatoon fan. That's not to say that I don't like it. It's just to say that I don't really play online games that much. But if you're really into online games, this is absolutely worth the $60 price. Not so much anymore, because now you've got Splatoon 3. But at the time it dropped, yeah. Next up, Fire Emblem Warriors. Even aside from the fact that I'm sort of biased, I don't really enjoy Warriors spin-off games that much. I've gotten tired of the whole gameplay shtick with it. It's just gotten bland and boring for me. I still don't think this one's worth the $60 price tag. I mean, first of all, it's a spin-off. It's not even a mainline series entry. And 2, it feels sort of underbaked in a lot of its elements, in a way that I feel like it shouldn't be worth $59.99, but rather like $49.99, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put that in no. Next up, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This game, despite what you may think, is actually a pretty damn good game. It's got a really cool, strategic, turn-based system. This game is, actually really good, and I can see why it got the Nintendo seal of approval. I'm putting that in yes. Pokken Tournament Deluxe. I am a little biased, because I myself am not a fan of the game. I don't think it's all that good. I don't think it has a lot of replay value, hence why I don't own it anymore. But even aside from all of that, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, it's a port of a fucking Wii U game, and there's not much in terms of new content that's added to justify the $60 price tag. So I'm gonna put that in no. Mario Odyssey, what a great fucking game, man. I made a review of essentially me writing this game, and that my opinion on it hasn't changed. It's still one of the greatest video games ever made. Yeah. Yes. Next up, we've got Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, don't get me wrong, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is easily the worst game in the franchise. I haven't played X yet, but I can very much confirm that this one doesn't hold up to the other two for a variety of reasons, especially one big one that I'm thinking of right now. But let's not get into all of that. Let's just think about the game itself in terms of quality. It is a huge game. It is hours and hours long. It's like Breath of the Wild. And yeah, I'd say it's a worthwhile experience. It's still a good game, even if it's arguably the worst in the Xenoblade series. So I'm gonna put that in yes. Kirby Star Allies is another game that I like, but I can't justify the $60 price tag. It's just not worth it. It's way too short. It doesn't have enough content to be worth $60. If this game was like $30 or $20, yeah, I would say go out and get it, but because it is $60, no. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, I played this one last year, or maybe it was 2023. I keep forgetting that last year was not 2023. We are in 2025 now. But the point is, I played it and I found it really fun. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. It's actually a really, really good game. It's not like a Mario platformer where it's fun, but still kind of family friendly and easy most of the time. This game gets really difficult. I almost destroyed my Switch like 800 times playing this game. However, it is also originally a Wii U game, and the port does not offer a lot of bonus content to warrant a $60 price tag. If it was $40 or $50, fine, but $60, no, that's a lot to charge for a Wii U game, even if the Wii U game in question is really good. Next up, we've got Hyrule Warriors. I feel the same way I do about this game as I do Fire Emblem Warriors. No. Mario Tennis Aces. Once again, I like this game, but I'd put it sort of in the same category as ARMS, where I think that despite how good it is, it's not worth $60. There's not enough content in the game to justify the price tag. The story mode is fun and stuff, I guess, but even then, it's not necessarily a game that's as replayable as something like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Smash Ultimate or something like that. And because of that, I feel like it's a little too pricey. Next up, Super Mario Party. This is a tough one. I know that there are a lot of people that would say no because it's not really as good as other Mario Party games, and it's like, I do agree with that on like a lot of points, but at the same time, like, before we had the new Mario Party game that just dropped, which is really, really good. I'll get into that more later when I talk about it.
Hey guys, I literally just realized that I forgot to put fucking Jamboree on this list somehow. That would have absolutely gone in yes. That game is really, really good. I played it for the first time a few days ago. It's so good. So just pretend it's in yes.
I don't know. Because, like, when Superstars was out, don't get me wrong, Superstars is amazing, but I've always, like, I talked about this in my last video. Superstars and Super Mario Party both feel like if you combined them, took out, like, their respective negative aspects, you'd have, like, an almost perfect Mario Party game. And, like, the two separated, it's like, I don't know. I want to say no, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, because I mean, like, at the time, it was like the only Mario Party game on Switch, and it's still really fun to play. Should I make a maybe tier? No, that feels like cheating. You know what? Fuck it. I'm doing that right now. Super Mario Party is a maybe. Sorry about the ambulance, guys. I killed somebody. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Sorry, I only have Eevee here because that's the one I played. I like the game. It feels way too gimmicky to be charged full price. It doesn't feel like a whole Pokemon game. Like, yeah, it's sort of like a remake of Pokemon Red and Blue, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna say no. It's a good game, but it is not worth $60. I'm sorry. This next game, on the other hand, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, absolutely. This is probably the first game you take out when friends come over. It's such a good game, really replayable, it's super fun. Even if it has its own flaws, that I've talked about in my video on it, it's still a great game, and I am putting it in Yes. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, no. Wii U port of a good game. I will forever defend this game. A lot of people hate on it. I think it's some good fun. Sure, it's not the most original game, but it's really fun. And it's also a port of a Wii U game that does not have as much bonus content as it should to warrant a $60 price tag, so no. Yoshi's Crafted World has the same problem as Kirby Star Allies, where it's a good game and it's fun, but it's way too easy and way too short. It doesn't have enough content, there's nothing to really come back to, so I'm gonna say no. Again, it would be a good $20 game, not a $60 purchase for sure. Next up, Super Mario Maker 2. I made a video about this one as well. I think it's absolutely worth the $60 price tag. It is like instantly replayable. You can do pretty much anything you want with the game. It has its own flaws, of course, but it's just really, really good. And I'm putting it in yes. Alright, now we have the first game on the list that I haven't played. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Oh man. Like Xenoblade and Breath of the Wild, this is just such a huge game. This game is so good. I need to make a review on it. But yeah, as you can probably tell, yes, I think it's worth $60 even today. Next up, Astral Chain. I made a video on this one. I think it is absolutely worth the $60 price tag. I sort of wish that they charged less for it because then I feel like more people would have picked it up. This game is very, very underrated. I'm putting it in yes, though. This is a great game. All right, Daemon X Machina. I totally forgot this game existed. No, this game is not worth it. This was one of the most boring games I've played in my life. Zelda Link's Awakening. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me on this one, but yes. A lot of people argue that, like, oh, it's too short, and no, it's not, like, massive enough like Breath of the Wild to be a $60 game, and I get that, sort of, but also, it is a full-blown remake of a pretty old game. The graphics are really cute. It's a really, really good game. Next up, Luigi's Mansion 3. Yeah, I mean, it was a totally new Luigi's Mansion game. It's a really fun Luigi's Mansion game. It's a very good game. Next up, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020. For the nostalgia alone, and also because there's probably never going to be one of these games again, I want to put it in yes, but this game really doesn't offer enough content to warrant a $60 price tag. The game on the Wii and like the other games that came after it on like the Wii U and stuff definitely would be worth $60. This game, as fun as it is, it just isn't super replayable. There isn't a lot to come back to, nor a lot of content in the first place. It's a good game, but no. Next up, Pokemon Sword. You guys are gonna hate me for this one. Yes. I'm sorry, I like this game, okay? I'm a mainline Pokemon game defender. It has less Pokemon than the older games, and sure, it's like, there's a lot of elements of the game that aren't totally perfect, but it's like a completely new Pokemon game, and especially looking back now after a certain entry we will get to later, it's a good game. I think it's worth $60, sorry. Alright, next up is another game that I haven't played, and also another one I haven't played either of these games, so I'm putting them in the never played section. Let me know, by the way, if you have played these games, let me know if they're actually worth the price tag or not, because I don't know. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yeah, this game is worth $60. I haven't come back to it in years because I'm scared of what my island looks like now, but this is a game that's just extremely replayable. There's a lot of awesome content. It has its flaws. It's arguable whether this one's like better than New Leaf or not. I've seen people argue that it is and that it isn't. Regardless, it's a really good game, and I think it is worth the $60 price tag. Next up, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This is my favorite game of all time, so I am very biased, and I say that it is going in the yes tier. Okay, I'm kind of joking. This is my favorite game of all time, but like even aside from that, the graphics are like totally new and completely polished. There's a whole like new after story. This is just a really, really good game. There's a lot of really good content. You can spend literal hours on it. It's a long game, and it's just like, it looks great. Next up, Paper Mario Origami King. See, I personally don't like this game, but I also recognize that given the amount of content in it, it probably is worth the $60 price tag. I'm putting this in maybe. Next up, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This game was worth $60. It's a collection of 2 of the best Mario games ever, and then also Sunshine is there. It's good. If you want to play these 3 games, it was the best way to do it. However, for some reason, Nintendo decided to make it a limited release. You can still buy it physically, you'll just have to pay a lot of fucking money for it, and whether or not that's worth it, I don't know. But the $60 price tag, ignoring the fact that this is a limited game and that whole practice was really scummy, yeah, it was worth it. It's two of the best Mario games and also Sunshine, so yeah. Next up, Pikmin 3 Deluxe. No. This is a very, very good game, don't get me wrong, but it's also a Wii U game, and the extra content in it is DLC that you could already get in the Wii U version. Sure, you had to pay extra for it, but I don't even know if that's worth the $60 price, so I'm gonna say no. Alright, next up, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. As you guys know, I don't like the Warriors style of gameplay, but this is a new game. Technically, like, it has a lot of new content, a lot of new story content that Breath of the Wild fans will enjoy and have enjoyed. So yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put that in yes, even though I'm personally not a fan of it. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Now, this is another Wii U port. However, it includes a whole new like post game that's like actually like a huge like 3D like open world thing, and it's really awesome and really cool, and also the game itself is just really awesome. So I'm going to say yes. Next up, Bravely Default 2. On one hand, it like gives off the vibe of a game that should cost like $50, but at the same time, I feel like it has enough content to warrant the price. I'm deciding between maybe and yes. Maybe. New Pokemon Snap. I have not played this game, so I'm gonna put it in never played. Fucking DC Superhero Girls Teen Powers, or whatever the fuck it's called. Surprisingly, I haven't played this one, but I'm sure it's worth the price. Alright, Mario Golf Super Rush. No. It's a good game, but it has the same problem as Mario Tennis Aces. Honestly, Tennis Aces is even better than this one. Like, this is a good game, has a good story mode, it's fun. I don't think it's really worth the $60 price. There's not enough content to warrant it. Next up, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Pretty ballsy move, charging $60 for a game that a lot of people had really mixed feelings on. No. It's a good game, but like, not $60. This was already on the Wii. Next up, Metroid Dread. Easy yes. Easy yes. What a fucking fantastic game. The fact that they took like a scrapped DS game and totally like remade it from the ground up for this totally new console. What a good fucking game, man. Ooh, Mario Party Superstars. Okay, do I put this in maybe with Super Mario Party? Talking about when this game came out, like before Jamboree was out, yes? I don't know if there's enough content though in it. Like, it's great, but yeah, I'm putting it in maybe. I can't decide, man. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. I like this game. I think the hate for it is not warranted. It is way too overblown. I think it is a good game. It could be better, but I think it's good, and I think the graphics are cute. At the same time, though, it's not enough to warrant a $60 price tag. Even if I am very nostalgic for Pokemon Diamond, no. Pokemon Legends Arceus, on the other hand, absolutely yes. This is maybe the best Pokemon game ever made. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but that's a good fucking game right there. That's a really, really good game. That one is very much worth $60. As is Kirby and the Forgotten Land, this next game on the list. Just a huge game. There's so much being offered here. It's really, really fun and really replayable. Oh, it's such a good game. Definitely worth the price. Mario Strikers Battle League. No. This game should have been like $30, maybe even $20. This is probably, out of Mario Golf, Mario Tennis Aces, and this game, this might be the worst one. It's still good, but like, not $60. Next up, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Again, I do not enjoy this style of gameplay, but it offers a lot of new content for fans of Fire Emblem. It's sort of like Age of Calamity. Do I move the Warriors games to maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna move them to maybe. It really depends on if you like the style of gameplay or not. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, yes, without question. Splatoon 3, same thing as Splatoon 2. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but if you're into online games, this is extremely replayable, just a lot of content to offer. Yeah, it's worth a $60 price tag. Next up, Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Yeah, like Kingdom Battle, this game is just really good. I would say it is worth $60. Bayonetta 3 I have not played. I have not even gotten yet. Need to get on that. Pokemon Scarlet. Fuck no. This game should be $0. They should have to pay me to play this bullshit. Fuck Pokemon Scarlet, man. And Violet. Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm only putting one version in here. I don't care if they've improved it. I don't care if, oh, it's actually a really good game underneath all the glitches. This game's a buggy piece of shit, and I'm not giving it the satisfaction. of being worth $60. Even if you like the game, you have to admit that it's not worth that price. Next up, Fire Emblem Engage. So badly want to put it in no, but I've never actually played it. I just made that one video about all my hopes for the game, and then the game came out, and apparently all my hopes for the game did not come true, so I never got it. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's worth the $60 price tag in the same way that Forgotten Land is, but it's a very good port of a very good game with a very good extra side story thing, and there's extra content in there. It's a good game and very replayable. Like, the mini games are really fun to play with friends. Next up, Bayonetta Origins. I have not played or gotten this one yet either. Advance Wars 1+2. I've also never played. Pikmin 4. Yes. This is a really good game. I'd say it's slightly better than Pikmin 3. And also, it's not a port of a Wii U game. It's just a whole new game, and it's really, really good. Yeah. I would say worth it. Mario Bros. Wonder, yeah, the amount of style oozing from this game is crazy. Even with Super Mario RPG, again, like with Link's Awakening, a lot of people might disagree with me on this one, but I think that it is a very, very good and very cute looking remake of an old game. It is worth the price, definitely. Princess Peach Showtime, no, absolutely not. Not as bad as Pokemon Scarlet, but this game is just so mid and so short and so nothing. It's such a nothing game. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, it is a remake of a GameCube classic. There's not a whole lot of new content added, but they did fix a lot of the issues. It's also just a really, really good game. Yeah. Another Code Recollection, I've not played this game. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, no. I like Luigi's Mansion 2. No. Sorry, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon HD. If Nintendo stops misgendering this fucking game, that'll be fucking incredible. Thank you. Dark Moon is definitely not as good as 3. It could be better. A lot of the issues in it they did not fix in this version. And also, there's just not, like, any bonus content to speak of. It is a good game, but it is not worth $60, $50 at most. And even then, that's kind of pushing it. Next up, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, the newest Zelda game. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth it. It has the same cute, like, Link's Awakening remake style, but it's a totally new game with totally new mechanics, and you play as fucking Zelda. Yeah, of course, this is awesome. Next up, Mario & Luigi Brothership. I have not played much of it yet, but so far, yes. Totally new Mario & Luigi game. It looks beautiful. These next two games have not yet come out, but I have played Donkey Kong Country Returns. I played it back when I had my Wii, and I can confirm that no. Wait, is it a bad game? No, it's not a bad game at all. Not by any means at all. This is a fucking remaster of it that just is not going to have, like, any bonus content, I'm pretty sure. It's just the game ported, and it's $60. This is the same fucking problem as Luigi's Mansion 2. Both are good games. This is even better than Luigi's Mansion 2, and I'm still gonna have to say no, because there's just not enough added to warrant that. And finally, we have Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. It's a new version of a content-packed Wii U game. The graphics have received a huge overhaul, and it looks fantastic, and I'm very excited to play it when it comes out. So I'm going to put it in yes. Now finally, before I let you guys go, we're going to go through each category and determine how many Switch games are worth the $60 price tag, how many aren't, and we're gonna calculate the ratio. Actually, hold on. Got a calculator right here, and we're going to do some math. That's what you came to this channel for, right? 30 and yes, 22 and no. I'm going to count the maybe. It's like half a point towards yes, and there are 6. So 33 for yes. About 57% of Switch games worth $60, according to my personal chart, are worth it. Do you agree with that number? Do you think that there are games in yes that should not be worth $60? Are there games in no that should DC teen superhero girls be worth $800 instead of $60? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the maybe categories, because I'm still unsure, and I'm probably unsure about these other ones. But let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. I am close to hitting 1K, and it would be so amazing if you could just subscribe. I post bangers, hopefully, and I will post bangers, hopefully, in the future. So, yeah, subscribe. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.